Shirley Mae Almers was a fighter. She had survived lung cancer and a brain tumor, all to die from eating salmonella-tainted peanut butter. Over 700 people in 46 states were also affected by this foodborne illness outbreak. 8 other people lost their lives. The biggest travesty of this entire event is that the executives from the Peanut Corporation of America knew of the dangers and simply said, ship it. Good morning. I am Tammy Serralo with Stater Brothers Markets, and our team, Jose Huerta from Big Saver Foods, Garrick Masick from California Specialty Farms, Jean Nash with Smart & Final, Ernie Rivera with Coca-Cola, and Kramer Weed from Molly Stone's Markets will discuss with you our standardized food safety process. So, what keeps you up at night? Kelly Griffith was asked this question a few weeks ago when he visited the FIM program. And without hesitation, he said, food safety. Now I know that he, along with each of you, provides our customers with products of the highest food safety and quality. But I ask you, are we doing enough? As a mother of 6 children, what I feed my family matters to me. And I know that it matters to you. In Food We Trust is here to help you with your sleepless nights. Let's watch a little video. You have just witnessed cold plasma. In fact, our background today are tomatoes being treated with cold plasma technology. As one single component of our standardized food safety process, cold plasma will revolutionize food safety. So today, our team will discuss with you our standardized food safety process. It begins with sourcing from approved suppliers, utilizing cold plasma technology, and implementing a real-time cold chain logistics tracking system. Where food came from, how it was treated, and how it was handled is important to our customers. Let's give them what they want. So I ask, will you be the first? We need your support. It is this group that will lead the charge. Adopt our standardized food safety process, sourcing from approved suppliers, utilizing a cold plasma technology, and implementing a real-time cold chain logistics tracking system. Be the champion of your organization. Help to change the culture. Together, we can make it happen. And now Ernie will speak to you about current issues of food safety.
Thanks, Tammy. So as a food industry, much has been done to protect our consumers from foodborne illnesses. And as a food industry, we should be really proud of that. But the bar's been set high. Think about companies recently in the news, such as Chipotle or Bluebell Ice Cream. Probably not the headlines they wanted to be making. Now, most of us, if not all of us, have been impacted by some sort of foodborne illness. Maybe it was a simple stomach ache. Maybe in many cases, we never realized we actually got ill because of something we ate. Now, in 2015, according to the CDC, 1 in 6 Americans became ill to some sort of contaminated food or beverage. That means that 48 million people got sick last year, 128,000 people hospitalized, and regretfully and unfortunately, nearly 3,000 people died due to food safety failure, foodborne pathogen, or just sheer human error. Now, as a food industry, we have many things in common. We fight to win that Wednesday ad. Maybe we want to be known as the best outlet with customer service, provide our customers with best quality products. But guess what else is happening? Our center stores are shrinking. Categories such as fresh food and prepared foods are growing. Now, that's a good thing. We all want to sell more. But with that reward comes risk. And as those categories continue to expand, we become more and more susceptible to foodborne illnesses. Think about 2 other things we have in common. Most of us in our outlets sell produce. How many of you can recall the recent outbreak associated with E. coli and cilantro, or listeria and cucumbers? Yeah, it was a big deal, right? Think about poultry. Poultry, more than any other food commodity, causes more deaths in the U.S., period. Pretty big number, right? And you're probably wondering what that is. Was there poultry sales last year? Baked goods sales last year? You know what that number represents? $15.6 billion, that's correct, is the associated cost with foodborne illness in the U.S. And those costs include things such as litigation, medical costs, lost wages, and yes, and regretfully, deaths. And that number in the U.S. is only expected to rise due to changes such as our food supply, more imported foods, foods being on the road longer and longer. So can your brand withstand a food safety failure? Now, facts are friendly when it comes to food safety. You can either wait for it to happen to you today, or you can take action with us today. Now, Garrett's going to come talk to you a little bit about FISMA, or the Food Safety Modernization Act, and how we as an industry can come together.
It's here. The Food Safety Modernization Act, it was implemented this year. And with it, new rules and regulations, and also changes for our industry. Changes such as a shift in focus from being reactive to preventive. And this includes preventing intentional contaminations. There's going to be more authorities to inspect and assure compliance, and these inspection frequencies are going to be based on risk. There's also going to be an emphasis on strengthening partnerships between government agencies and private entities. Now, we're all here as one industry. We all also compete in this industry. In the Food Safety Modernization Act, they're right. Partnerships do need to be strengthened. But the partnerships that need to be strengthened are between all of us. From the farms to the distributors, the manufacturers, FISMA, FMI, GMA, through to the retailers, our industry is fragmented. Now, I believe that we can regulate our industry better than the government can. Food safety, this should be the one thing that brings us all together. And we're all already doing something. Let's come together and implement an industry best practice food safety standard. But we need you guys, our leaders, our executives, to cast your shadow over your own organization and our industry. You're the leaders that are going to shape the future of food safety. Now, our team, we developed a food safety value chain. And the first step is approved suppliers. Now, this means all your suppliers need to be HACCP certified or audited by an industry-approved third party. Now, Jean, she's going to come and discuss these other technologies and how they're going to shape the future of food safety.
Cold chain logistics and cold plasma technology can bring the grocery industry to new heights regarding food safety. So let's first talk about logistics. How many of you have ordered a package that was delivered by UPS? You were able to track that product from the time it left the warehouse till the time it arrived in your home. Can the grocery industry use that type of technology? Absolutely, and we must. The technology is already out there, and some companies use it, but not all. As we have said, we need to come together as an industry. This technology means that we all need to be on the same type of platform. The technology allows for all of us, from suppliers to retailers, to monitor the temperatures of the product being delivered in real time. There will never be a question about the integrity of our product. The technology also allows for the documentation that we are going to need to be in compliance with FISMA. So let's talk a little bit about cold plasma. Now, I'm sure you're out there saying, Jean, what is cold plasma? Well, simply put, cold plasma is an energetic gas, such as oxygen, split into two ions, positive and negative, and turned into hydroxyl. Hydroxyl then surrounds the bacteria, and all we're left with is a pure water vapor. So again, I ask you, can we use this type of technology? What does NASA use? NASA uses cold plasma, and they have for years. Hospitals use this technology to make sure that the bacteria is not gone from one patient to another. They disinfect their equipment with it. Currently, testing is being done on strawberries, blueberries, and as you saw, tomatoes, with fantastic results. Not only does it eliminate E. coli and salmonella, it extends the shelf life of the product from 2 to 4 days, depending on what the product is. And we have found in our studies that there is no difference to the taste or the texture of the product. As a grocery industry, we need to look into this technology. Investments in these two type of technologies is something that will bring the grocery industry to new heights for food safety. Now, Kramer is going to come up and talk about the last part of our value chain, and that is culture.
After implementing our logistics tracking system and our cold plasma technology, it will be vital to train and educate our employees, executives, and our consumers on this new process and how it affects consumer safety. As we all know, our employees at the store level tend to shy away from change. But it would be important to retrain our employees so they understand our new technology. Executives will need to be educated on how logistics tracking and cold plasma technology affects their customers and how it could be marketed in our industry today. And our consumers, at first they'll have no idea what cold plasma treated products are. But we need to do a good job ensuring them that these are the safest products for their families. I'm currently a manager at a store, and I know we can invest in great services and ideas, but they will not be successful if our employees do not understand the process. You might be asking yourself now, what is the cost? Even though we have these technologies out there, like we talked about before, at UPS, in hospitals, at NASA, it has not been implemented in our industry yet today. But through our research and talking to those in the industry, we believe the logistics cost will be an incremental cost to cost most of our companies currently have today. The cold plasma spray that Jean touched on earlier, we believe we get a unit cost of $25 to $30, and each store location will need anywhere from 6 to 10 units at a given time. You might be asking yourself now, how are we going to pay for this? By adding shelf life to produce and poultry, we believe we could add 2 to 4 days to the life of the product. We believe we could save you 50% on your shrink for treated products. The benefits for ensuring food safety and shelf life makes this a positive and profitable investment. But protecting your brand and your customer is priceless. Now, Jose, do you mind telling our audience about our team's competitive advantage and recommendations?
I sure can. So by this time in our presentation, I bet you're thinking, sign me up. And I don't blame you. You're saving money on shrink, you're saving money on labor, you're protecting your brands, and most importantly, we're saving lives. We believe there's another huge opportunity in our hands. The possibility to market food safety as a competitive advantage. Now, like any other initiative, you're going to need a vehicle to communicate this message to your customers and your associates. So our group got to work, and we developed a logo in Food We Trust that you see pictured behind me. Now, we believe this is only the beginning. It's not a new idea. Other companies have done this before. We've had organic logos, non-GMO, all natural, and companies have utilized these logos to add value to their products, create a point of differentiation to their companies and their products. Not to mention, we believe that you can actually increase your customers' willingness to pay for your products, and in that way, increasing your profitability. So ponder the possibilities, put your marketing teams to work, and help us expand on these ideas. So as we wind down our presentation, we'd like to circle back to the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, people should not die from the food they eat. At a time when food is safer than ever, our customers fear their food more than ever before. With the emergence of social media, platforms like Yelp, Facebook, Twitter, or blogs, our companies are highly susceptible to bad experiences our customers have with our products, our services, or our locations. Not to mention the ability of the media to drag our names through the mud faster than ever before. In recent months, a lot of us have witnessed the disasters at the Chipotle Corporation. As a result of their issues with food safety, their stock valuation has fallen up to 43%. Their sales have plummeted, and imagine their profits. How many of our companies can survive such a huge nightmare? Or think about a worse case, the Peanut Corporation. They're gone now. They're bankrupt. Their top-level executives in jail with sentences resembling those of violent criminals. Food safety is serious business. We have a huge opportunity on our hands. It's a $15.6 billion opportunity. We urge you to help us recapture our share of those dollars, and we urge your companies to do the same. So today, we ask you, the leaders of this industry, to allocate the resources necessary to implement In Food We Trust. Be the champion for your organization. Help this great industry reach new levels in food safety. So I'd like to remind you about our steps. There are 4 simple steps. First, source your products from approved vendors. Second, deploy a cold chain tracking technology in real time. Keep your eyes open for the emergence of cold plasma technology and its applications to our industry. And last, and perhaps most importantly, be the catalyst that changes the culture of your company and our industry to a heightened sense of importance when it comes to food safety. Now, we believe that early adopters will reap the biggest benefits. Be first. Be first to have the safest food in this industry. We'd like to leave you with one final thought. Consider the possibilities. If the Peanut Corporation had In Food We Trust implemented in their organization, we believe Shirley May would be alive today. We thank you for your time and would like to open it up for questions.
Thank you very much. Your presentation was very thought-provoking, number one, and certainly any sort of food incident could destroy a company overnight. So thank you so much. But my question for you is, with cold plasma treatment, can that affect the certification of organic products?
Currently, we didn't find any of that in our study. The cold plasma technology has not been approved yet by the FDA. It is still under testing, so it's just something we would find out later.
Terrific presentation, everyone. Thank you on a critically important topic. Staying with cold plasma for just a minute, based on the research you have done, does it appear that that would be most likely at source of production or source of harvest, or at the store level?
So the example there is, we did give you 3 points where cold plasma could be implemented. And of course, that could be at the farm or the supplier, the manufacturer, or the retailer. Now, as a retailer, I would feel the most comfortable that the treatment occurred at our step, so I could ensure the customer, your food is safe.
Okay, if no further questions, thank you very much.
Thank you.